Today, we're looking at this sweet AI box that does both Android Auto Wireless as well as CarPlay. The box itself is just like any regular Android box that you connect to your TV. So I don't know, maybe this can connect to your TV using one of those USB-C to HDMI adapter. On the bottom, there's a USB slot, a regular USB-A size slot, as well as a micro SD card slot. On the other side, there is the USB-C connection. So by itself, you can just connect the provided USB-C to USB-A or USB-C to USB-C cable. We are in the Hyundai Ioniq 5 at the moment, so what happened is that if you turn your car off, this thing will stay on. And you definitely don't want that, otherwise it might siphon off all of your 12-volt battery juice. This was greatly discussed in the previous Android Auto Wireless video. Pairing your phone to the AI box is super simple. Just go into your Bluetooth settings, go all the way down and select AI box. Click OK. Allow contacts. Sure, you can click on OK. Please note that this box will force your phone to use the box Wi-Fi so that it can stream video and other stuff as well. This is really typical of any Android Auto or CarPlay wireless because Bluetooth itself does not have enough bandwidth. Let's turn on the car with the AI box plugged in. It's reading the USB now. This is basically an Android box, like one of those Android boxes that you can connect to your TV, but of course this connects to your car. You might want to go into settings and change the time. If you want to go back to the home page, click on the dot icon and then click on the home page. Now let's connect your Android phone or CarPlay. So we're going to select Speed Play and it's going to automatically connect to my Android phone. It's kind of interesting that it recognized my Android phone as a CarPlay. Really doesn't matter as long as it works, right? It loads up the normal Android Auto interface perfectly fine. While in Android Auto, it's challenging to get back to the home screen of the box. I don't know, maybe you know of a better way, but this is the way I do it. I swipe down, click on the settings, and then click on home. Now we're back to the home page. If you want to watch YouTube, of course you have to be connected to the Wi-Fi access point of the house or create the hotspot on your phone. Obviously we're not connected to anything yet, so there's no connection. Just for fun, we're going to connect to my house Wi-Fi for now. Let's go into settings again. Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi on, click on Wi-Fi to see all of my access points nearby. Enter in your Wi-Fi credential and then click on Connect. Alright, we're connected to the internet now. It doesn't have my YouTube credentials yet, so that's why this page is totally blank. Let's search for Michael Jackson. Here's a nice one. And of course, we're getting hit with ads before any video can come up. just a normal YouTube experience. Here's the main video, and I guess if you want to view full screen, click on this little icon on the bottom right hand corner. There's the full screen. Here are all of the other playlists. This is my second time of booting up the AI box. And here you can see that I rearranged some of the icons. To rearrange, just press and hold and move it around as you want. I move everything that I won't be using, like this thing, Netflix, and other stuff, to the second page. This APK Peer is pretty good for installing additional apps, and that's what I did. I click on it. Make sure that your Wi-Fi is on. Right now it's connected to the phone, so that's why there's no internet. So click on OK to disconnect. Now with that we're back on Wi-Fi, is seen in this icon right here. Click on refresh. I search for VLC Media Player, and then I click on Install. Click on Open. Well, I don't want to click on Open yet because I already got it installed. So once you have the APK Peer launched from the home page, you can click on the search button and type in whatever app that you want to install. This is a great alternative to the Google Home Play Store, just in case you don't want to give it your Google account to access the Play Store. Here are more of the trending apps if you want to install those. Let's click on this icon right here to go back to home. With the VLC app installed, let's click on Files. By the way, these are all MKV files that's installed on the USB flash drive. It is already plugged in to the AI box. Let's click on this really nice documentary. So you can see that even though this is a 16:9 ratio file, it doesn't use up the whole screen. You got blank space here and blank space there. To go back to the home screen, just tap on this icon right here and then click on Home. There is multitask, of course, so you can just drag from the top. To get more of the settings, you can see that it's just like a regular Android phone really. Click on the dot right here if you want to multitask. Click on the orange icon. You can change the apps or move the apps as needed. The car is in parking mode, and of course we can drive if we want to. But of course, please don't drive and watch videos for your own safety's sake. Now we're back to the original home screen. When you click on Files, you can see all of the USB flash drive files. Click on the menu icon. The box by itself has about 10 GB free, so I highly recommend getting a flash drive to get more space. Just for fun, let's go into the settings. You got all of the standard settings of Android. just click on Other Settings. Go to the Android Auto to always boot up by itself. This is it. Go down into this section right here and click on Speed Play. That way, when you turn on the AI box, it will automatically boot up into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Alright, so the car is completely off now. Let's press on the brake button and hit the start button to see how long it will take to boot up into Android Auto. Okay, so there's the home screen about 30 seconds in. It's copying some of the log files just because the USB flash drive is connected. And now it's connecting to my Android phone. So that's another 30 seconds to jump into Android Auto wireless. That might seem pretty long, but it's not too bad considering what this box can do. This box is simply amazing if you really want video while driving the car. There is simply no restrictions. No need to hack anything. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.